Alright, ladies and gentlemen, continuing on with my History of Street Fighter series, we're now going to be going into Street Fighter Alpha 3. Now, this is kind of a unique situation. Alright, this was a critical time in the realm of Street Fighter. As you guys know, there have been Street Fighter games since 1991, but it really was this kind of mid to late 90s when there was an explosion in the fighting game scene. Fighting games were becoming incredibly popular. People were going more than ever to arcades to play these games on a competitive level, and they were becoming very lucrative. So at this time, what Capcom decided to do, after the success of Street Fighter Alpha 2, was to actually branch out and make other fighting games that weren't Street Fighter related, or some of them were, but they weren't like mainstream Street Fighter games. I'll give you an example. They made a game called X-Men vs. Street Fighter, which was actually a hybrid of another gaming franchise they were working on called Marvel Superheroes, combined with Street Fighter characters. So it had Marvel characters and Street Fighter. Now that game implemented some of the gameplay mechanics of games like Street Fighter Alpha 1. Remember we did the chain combos where you could do light, medium, heavy attack and it would combo together? Well, that game actually had combos like that. But it was more faster paced, it was a tag out system, very different from what you would expect in a typical Street Fighter game, okay? So when Capcom started focusing on this, they took time away from the actual Street Fighter franchise to work on those games, alright? In addition, at the same time that they were doing that, they started working on Street Fighter 3, okay? So what you're going to see here is a weird time lapse. Street Fighter Alpha 2 came out March of 1996. Street Fighter Alpha 3 didn't come out till July of 1998. Wow, 2.5 years? We'll take a look at that. Street Fighter 3 actually released in 1997. See what I mean? So actually the real order here was Super Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 1, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter 3 New Generation, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact Giant Attack, then Street Fighter Alpha 3, then Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. The whole timeline of the release of the games was shifted because they started working on the Versus series of games and Street Fighter 3 as well. See what I mean? So that's why there was a huge gap between these two games. And quite frankly, you could see it because when Street Fighter Alpha 3 was released, even though it reused the same sprites from Street Fighter Alpha 1 and 2, which a lot of people, I'll be real, had a problem with. They were like, man, you waited over 2 years to release this game. It still has the same effing graphics. Like, what gives with that? Especially because Street Fighter 3 had come out, and Street Fighter 3 ran on a new hardware system, looked a lot better, had more frames of animation, was more detailed. Then going back to this basic style for Alpha 3, a lot of people were not very pleased with the visuals of the game. But the gameplay of Street Fighter Alpha 3 was very different. I mean, this was the first game, number one, had the biggest cast of characters of any mainstream Street Fighter game ever made, had various isms. If you don't know what that means, you're going to see when I play the game, 3 completely different fighting styles. One that was kind of in line with the previous Street Fighter Alpha games, one that had more of a throwback feel to Super Turbo, okay, and one that had the custom combo aspect of the Street Fighter Alpha 2 game. So basically 3 completely different ways to play. Plus, Street Fighter Alpha 3 for the first time ever added in a guard meter and a guard crush feature that drastically changes the way the game is played from other Street Fighter games. Rather than always being about dealing damage, now it was simply about locking down your opponent enough and hitting them enough when they're guarding to make their guard break. Now you could do a whole open combo because their guard is broken and they're wide open, leading to a really different kind of aspect of gameplay. So there's so much different about Street Fighter Alpha 3, even though it took 2.5 years and the game kind of looks the same as Alpha 2, alright? The gameplay was very, very different, and it's actually funny, it took about 2 years for people to finally play Alpha 3 at a competitive level where they figured out what was good and what wasn't. At first, people were trying to play it like old school Street Fighter, then people started realizing, wow, the whole custom combo system changes the game completely and kind of breaks it, and to the point where the top tiers were all people playing with the custom combos. So, alright, let's go ahead and boot this up, and I'll show you what I mean, because Street Fighter Alpha 3 is very different, okay? You'll have the opportunity to say, wasn't Capcom going through a lot of financial woes during this time period? No. I mean, they were in this was actually their burgeoning era. Their console division had games like Resident Evil that were bringing in tons of money. Their arcade division was pumping out games at a rapid pace, making tons of money. It was actually right after this era, right after the Street Fighter 3 era, that things kind of started falling apart for them. Alright. So here we are. And yes, this game uses the Q sound so it sounds really good. You know, remember how Super Turbo used the new hardware to sound better? Well, this game has that too. Here we go. Street Fighter Alpha 3. So as you can see, all classic characters, right, from the previous Street Fighter Alpha games. But now you're going to see Blanca added to the mix, Honda added to the mix, Vega, Cody from the Final Fight series, Armika, an original character, Karen, an original character. A lot of new character additions to this game. So yeah, it was the interesting thing about this game is that it added in new characters, but also brought back a lot of classic characters from the Street Fighter franchise that people were like, why is there no Honda? Why is there no Dalsim? Why is there, well, Dalsim was actually in Alpha 2, I take that back. Why is there no Blanca? Why are these characters not in the Alpha series? I don't understand. So they were all added to this game for the first time. However, there were still some big omissions. Like, not all the boss characters. Like, for example, Balrog was a hidden character in this game, but he wasn't a character on the main select screen. And some people were sad that, like, some of their favorite characters weren't in it. What can you do? You're gonna have people who are like, ah, man, this one particular character isn't in the game who I loved. Or some people were angry that the characters in this game, like Honda or Blanca, didn't play like their previous counterparts in older games. Look at that. Pretty cool title screen, right? So here's what I want to do, guys. I actually think I want to play Alpha 3 twice. Reason being, I want to play it more as an old school game, and then I actually want to try out V-ism to show you guys the difference. So the first thing I want to show you, here's the character selection screen, okay? Wide right, you got your alpha characters are pretty much at the top. Your newer characters are Mika, Karen, Cody, Vega, and Cammy as well. Cammy making her appearance in the Street Fighter Alpha franchise for the first time. I guess I'm picking Bison. I didn't even intend that. 3 isms. X-ISM plays more like Super Turbo. You only get 1 super, only a level 1 super. You deal more damage, but you cannot air block, okay? A-ism, which I just selected, is more like the traditional Street Fighter Alpha gameplay. You get 3 levels of super. You can do level 1, 2, or 3 supers. You get alpha counters. You can air block. All that stuff is present, okay? V-ism is totally different. In V-ism, you don't get regular supers. All you get is a custom combo, much like the custom combos that were in Street Fighter Alpha 2. Only in this game, they're very different, all right? But I guess we're going to play as Bison A-ism in my first run through here. Here we go. So here you go. So Ken is V-ism. And you're going to see a few things. First of all, depending on what ism you pick, there's completely different super bars. I'm A-ism, so I have level 3. I can do level 1, 2, or 3 supers. Ken has V-ism, but all he can do is custom combos. He actually doesn't have any super moves. Here's a level 1 super I just did, as you saw. Just like in Alpha, you can do level 1, 2, or 3 supers like the previous Alpha games. This game also has air juggles. As you're seeing, I'm doing 2-hit air juggles. By default, if you get hit in the air in this game, you can get juggled for an additional hit or a super. Which is very different from the previous Alpha games as well. There you go. Here's super finish here. There's also the guard meter. And what I want to do is show you how the guard meter is actually implemented in the game. Every time that you block a move, your guard meter is reduced. If your guard meter is fully depleted, you lose your block completely in a new feature called Guard Crush, okay? Now, this was very important against human opponents. It's not necessarily so important against the computer, because the computer just gets hit a lot because it's stupid, the AI. But if you can completely deplete someone's guard meter, they lose their guard, and they can't block, and then you get a free combo, basically. I'm trying to see if I can deplete his guard meter, but he's not letting me because he's an idiot. He's getting hit by everything I do. Look. Yeah, I'm probably never gonna. Yeah, he's gonna die before I even do it. Oh, you just use his custom combo. See that? So much like Alpha 2, you get those custom combos. Level 2 super. There we go. I beat him. Later on, if the enemy blocks a lot, I may be able to do a guard crush and show you guys. One of the cool features, if you have a guard that's completely depleted and they get a guard crush, so now they're wide open, their guard meter will refill afterward, but it gets shorter. So every time you have your guard crushed, your guard meter gets smaller and smaller, meaning you're going to get guard crushed even more, or there's a higher chance to be guard crushed moving forward. Think Dark Souls. Remember in Dark Souls, when you die, your maximum health is depleted, right? That's kind of what happens in this with your guard meter. Alright, well. Oh! So this is X-ISM. So what just happened? So in X-ISM, Adon will not be able to do aerial blocking at all. So if I hit him out of the air, he's going to get hit every time, much like an old school Super Turbo. There was no air blocking. And he also only has 1 super, but his super is incredibly powerful. So that super he just hit me with, you know, it did a lot of damage because it was his only super. Oh my god, he threw me. By the way, the throws are different in this game too. For the first time ever, they changed the input for throws in this game. Previously to this, throws were always just hold forward or backward plus punch or kick. Now they changed it to be a button input. So actually in this game, it was two punches together or two kicks together, depending on what character you're using, would be a throw. And that was, again, the first time it was ever a button input in the Alpha series. Wow, he's counter hitting everything I do. That was close. He's counter hitting all my moves. And he has a full super, so I gotta be careful. Build-A-Dubber asks, didn't V-ism break the game because essentially it breaks your guard every time you activate it? Yes and no. If you were in certain situations, you could still block V-ism. But yeah, if you're in the middle of a move, it'll blow through your move and you eat the whole combo. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is only the second character and he's totally look, he's reading all my inputs. As soon as I threw that fireball, he read my input and jumped. Oh my god, he's gonna beat me, for sure. Yeah, see, he can't air block. He can't air block, so if he lands on a fireball, it hits him out of the air. This is the second guy, and he read all my inputs. Isn't it funny how the final game in every series ends up being the toughest? So Adon reads all my inputs and jumps over all my fireballs and instantly anti-airs every jump in. What the fuck? He just air juggled me. Oh my god. Oh my god! This is ridiculous! This is absolutely ridiculous. Every time I press a button, he's counter hitting me. Wow. What the fuck? What's funny about these games, though, the Alpha series in particular, certain characters just have shitty AI, and others have great, like, Adon obviously has great AI. He's reading everything I'm doing. Look, counter hitting. But then other characters I'll just bulldoze right through. Oh my god. What the hell? He's reading everything I'm doing. Yeah, it's pretty crazy difficult. I don't know, honestly, I don't know if Bison's a good selection. I might have to pick a different character. Keep in mind that I didn't even want to pick Bison, it was an accident. Oh my god. I didn't even do that, I was trying to throw. Wow. Yes, throw me through my move. I'm trying to really... Oh my god! Read the input. Dude, he just keeps... Every time I press a button, he reads it and does reactionary Dragon Punch move. What the hell? Couldn't block. Oh, I just super. I gotta be careful now. Finally! Oh my god. That's the second guy! The second fucking guy reading all my inputs and just fucking counter hitting me constantly. It's ridiculous. Now watch, I'll fight other people, they won't do that, and I'll just destroy them. It's so weird how they did that with the AI in these games. So Alice Telemon says, Max reviewed the game confirming all the things I'm saying. No kidding. I'm not making shit up. I'm not making stuff up as I play the games. I'm talking facts, and people, I swear, oh, Phil's a liar, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Now, I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, anyone who you respect will confirm the shit I'm saying. I grew up playing these games at arcades, I know all about them. There we go. There we go. See? Now Guy can be easily. What the hell? Level 2 reactionary super. He's almost guard crushed. Look at his guard meter. I got him. Yeah, his guard meter was a danger. If I hit him 1 or 2 more times, it would have been broken. I would have got a free hit. Whoa, I just got a $25 tip from Abdullah. And he says, please play more Street Fighter Turbo 2 Turbo online. Alright, thank you, Abdullah. I may do that later today, but right now we're still going through the history of Street Fighter. I'm trying to show you Alpha 3. Like I said, I'll probably do this. I may do another run in Alpha 3 to show you V-ism because it's so different. Alright, V-ism Sakura. And by the way, depending on what ism you pick and what button you push when you click with your character, it gives you a different color in this game. A little bit of trivia about the stage we're on right now. This is a stage of both Sakura and Karen. Karen actually was a character created from a manga, if you can believe it. It was supposed to be like a Sakura manga, and Karen was supposed to be her rival, and people liked the character so much they actually put her in this game. So V-ism does have air blocking. Just so you know, V-ism has air blocking just like A-ism does. X-ism does not. X-ism plays like Super Turbo. No air blocks, no recovery, like air recovery, or no throw recovery. By the way, remember I mentioned there's juggles in this game? See how I'm doing 2-hit juggles? There's air recovery in this game for the first time. See how when I'm in the air, I flip out, I blink, and I flip? That's me pressing 2 punches together. And what that does is if you're in the air, it prevents someone from getting an additional hit on you in the air. See, that's the flip right there. If you don't do that, you're basically open to getting an air juggle. So you have to do the air recovery or else you can get air juggled by additional moves. Look at that. So I've already beaten Guy and Sakura like nothing, but fucking Adon beat me like 3 times. See what I mean about how inconsistent the AI is in this game? Isn't there someone who can stop this fighting machine? What silly commentary. A lot of people didn't like the announcer in this game either. Hear him? How silly what he says. Oh yeah, Akuma, just like in Alpha 2, normally selectable character. However, Akuma is pretty good in this game. V-ism Akuma is the best character in the game, hands down. So you're the master of fists. What do you want? To see if your evil intent can hurt me. Do not mock me, I will destroy you. So yeah, every character had like a story, and halfway through you'd have this rival battle. For them, it's basically the 2 big bosses. Akuma versus, you know, Bison. Yeah, right! A total reactionary. Look at that! He's counter hitting me with random jump punches and kicks by reading my inputs. Alice Telemon Shooty said, with all ports combined for all systems, Street Fighter 2 has a gazillion versions. Yeah. Like someone in the stream chat earlier was saying, oh, but Phil, it's Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold. Cammy was in that game, so Alpha 3 is not her first appearance in the Alpha series. That's actually wrong. Alpha 2 Gold was a home port. That was a custom port. It was not the arcade version. And the arcade version of Alpha 2 Gold was a late release, which I believe only came out in Japan. I never saw it in America. But, yeah, Cammy actually did debut in this game, not in Alpha 2. She was added later on. Just like in this game, you may be looking at the... Oh, my God. He had a level 3 Raging Demon. Wow, then a counter uppercut. You may notice, you're like, wait a minute, I thought that this game had Fei Long and DJ and T-Hawk, and I don't see them in the game. Where are they? No. They were added in later versions of the game for home consoles. They were not in the arcade version of the game. But a lot of people don't know that. That's why a lot of people were criticizing this collection, saying, oh, it doesn't have all the... It's not the final version of the game with all the characters. No, it is. This is the arcade version of the game. Those characters were added much later to home versions. Oh my God! Well, Kuma beats me. There's an air juggle right there. Thank you. Holy moly. Yes, these are all the arcade versions of the games. These are not home ports or whatever in this collection. These are all the arcade emulated versions. Like I said, what this collection essentially is, it's an emulator. Capcom just took the arcade ROMs, and they're running them in an emulator with save states. That's exactly what this collection is. So, that's why you're not seeing DJ and Fei Long and stuff in this version of the game, because it's not the version that has them. Oh my God! Reactionary Raging Demon. Alice Telemon says, if I could, would I buy an original Super Turbo arcade cabinet for my home? No, at one point in my life, I wanted that. I don't want that shit in my house. You know? My office is my office for gaming. Leave all the gaming in my office. I don't want, like, arcade cabinets in my fucking house and shit. I like Super Turbo, but... kind of a bygone era of my life where I care about it so much that I want it in my face all the time, you know? Got him. Jesus, close. YOLO Opportunity says, how would you get time to go to arcades and practice? Would it be getting dropped off after school? No, it's only Friday and Saturday night. Oh, so this is your evil intent? It is less than nothing. There's no one who can stop me. Ryu, just you wait, your body will soon be mine. Yes, the plotline of this game is Bison is trying to kidnap Ryu's body and turn him into like a one of the Shadowloo dolls. Alright, yeah, what it would be, oh god, Visum Dan. Terrible character. What it would be is basically once a week or twice a week, Friday or Saturday nights. You know, after school or whatever, my parents would drive me to the arcade. And I would play arcades, you know, $5, $10 a week, sometimes a little bit more than that. Of course, you know, games got more and more expensive. They started out as 25 cents a play, you know, $1/4. Then they ended up being 50 cents. Some places ended up doing 75 cents to $1. But I never really went to those places frequently. That's too expensive, $1 a game. But, look, even Dan is fucking reactionary throwing me and shit. And he's a joke character. There we go. But, yeah, it was once or twice a week. And I would go, like, around 8 p.m. and stay till, like, 1 in the morning. So I'd play for, like, 4 or 5 hours, you know, a couple times a week. And there'd be a lot of local competition. People coming by to play. And we'd play all the games, you know. We'd move around, too. It wouldn't be like we'd play the same game all night unless it was a brand new release. Sometimes we play the Alpha, sometimes we play Classic Street Fighter, sometimes we play the Versus series, sometimes we Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters. You know, there were so many fighting games out that you could really get a variety of stuff in and never get bored back then. Actually got a perfect. It's Dan, so I'm not surprised. Oh, I got a $5 tip from Brown13119. He says, can I get unbanned? I was banned for asking Kate how old she was. Brown, you could easily have appealed to somebody else. I don't know why you're tipping me on stream to try to ask to get unbanned. Your tip will not get you unbanned. In reality, what I'm going to have to do is look at the chat logs or ask a mod to verify why you were really banned and go from there. I'm not going to unban you on the fly during the stream. So here's Cammy. Again, this was her first appearance in the Alpha series. Her first real appearance in the Alpha series. She has all the same moves from Street Fighter Super Turbo. But she has some weird, different normals. And the reason she's dressed up like that is because in this game she's one of M. Bison's dolls. She's brainwashed, she's lost her memory, and she works for Bison. She's one of his special commandos called the Dolls. Got her. Wow. Johnny Source Rex Trudy said that Phil stands for pleasant, handsome, intelligent lover of games. I don't know about that. I don't know about being handsome. I guess I'm semi-intelligent, considering I was valedictorian of my high school. Watch it throw. Give me a fireball. Yes, counter hit, counter. Look at that. Counter hit, counter hit, counter hit. When every hit of hers is a counter hit, it just means the game's reading your inputs like crazy and cheating, you know? How else would the game know every move's a counter hit? It's reading every input and counter hit, counter hit, counter hit. Cheap. But I got her. But you see what I mean? I had massive trouble with fucking 8 on the second character. Now I'm like steamrolling through the rest of the game. The AI is very inconsistent. Okay. We're almost to the end. We got Rolento now. Rolento. X-ISM Rolento. Ready? Yeah, his AI sucks, see? Rolento's AI is terrible. Doesn't even know what to do to actually hit you. He just basically stands around and gets wailed on. Oh yeah, also this was the first alpha game. They made it easier to do level 2 and 3 supers. In previous alpha games, let's say I want to do a level 2 super, I'd have to do the super motion and push 2 punches or 2 kicks to get it to activate. And this game is based off of the level of attack that you push. So for example, if I want a level 2 super, I do the super motion with medium kick. If I'm on level 3, I do it with heavy kick. If I just want level 1, I do it with light kick, see? So previously it was a lot harder because you had to press all the buttons together. Now you just press 1. What the hell? Now all of a sudden the AI changed and it started doing that dive kick non-stop, or the flip move. Counter hit. Counter hit. I'm gonna try to get a level 3 win here. If I can't, level 3 super victory. Ah, crap. Ah, I wanted level 3 super. I didn't get it. Damn it. Alright, so we're almost done here. We got 2 more fights. Sagat. Sagat is the next to last fight. You! What are you planning to do with Ryu? Just know that your rival will be used to further my purposes. So, you can't fight without someone's help? Pathetic. Fool, the body I have now is more than enough to crush you. If you interfere, you will be the first to perish. So what's funny about this, guys? The plotline at this point, this is a prequel to the Street Fighter 2 series, okay? So the body you see on Bison now, the reason it looks different than he looks in Street Fighter 2, is supposed to... The fuck? I didn't even do anything. It's supposed to be because this is a different body than he has in Street Fighter 2. Then apparently he gets a different body between the Alpha series and Street Fighter 2 that looks completely different. And that's why he's skinny in Street Fighter 2 but chunky in Alpha. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to beat Ryu and then take his body and have Ryu become the new Bison body. So he can use all of Ryu's abilities. That's also supposed to be the reasoning why he has no Fireball in Street Fighter 2, because he has a body he doesn't have Fireball capabilities or something. You know, it's weird, the Street Fighter lore. That's what they've done with it over the years. What the fuck? Weird. Random reactionary level 3 fucking super, dude. Reactionary level 3 super. Come on. There we go. Got him. There we go. So YOLO Dopper just cheered. He said some of the controls to make the combos I can't get the hang of, such as Guile, where you have to get shifted left or right and then move your stick to the opposite direction to get out of the move. Yeah, some charge characters in particular are very hard to play with in the Street Fighter franchise. You need a lot of practice. Mr. Miyagi tipped me $1, says, not sure if this was discussed, although Capcom was the publisher, they passed this port over to a company called Digital Eclipse. Right. Yeah, Capcom did not make this, but Capcom basically had a company do it for them. Ryu, your existence has been critical to my ambitions. My ambition to rule this world forever. Look at the skull in the background. And to be honored as the mightiest of all time. All I care about is to battle and crush worthy opponents. Now, it begins. Alright. Who likes the groovy music in this game? Listen to this. Yeah, backwards short you can. Nice. Stuart tipped me $1. Do you remember when I suggested doing an SNK Fighter Marathon? You could buy the SNK mini console that's coming out. It has all the major SNK fighters on it. And what do you think about other marathons like Virtua Fighter or Tekken? I mean, I love fighting games. I probably Tekken. I could do a classics marathon because I played those games back in the day. I played them all on console and in arcade too. Virtua Fighter, I'm terrible at. I almost never have ever played it. So that would probably be a no-go. SNK for sure. Like Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, and in particular the King of Fighters franchise. I played the hell out of that back in the day. Guard break! Oh my god, the game cheated. Did you guys see that? I guard broke Ryu. The game gave him an instant recovery, which doesn't exist. Only the AI can do that shit. What happens is guard break, they're frozen in place for a second, then you get a free combo. The game decided to do a super, which you can't do. So the AI actually literally cheated right there. A human would not have been able to do what Ryu did. Wow. What? I'm I'm holding back. It doesn't block. Okay. I jumped back. I tried to do super. I didn't get it. And then... Look! It ends! The man Rose mentioned. Is this him? Well, what? Ha 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 ha! Yeah, the game ended. Ryu! You are destined to become my next host body. Even if this body is vanquished. My soul is eternal. Now die. This is actually the canon ending. Although, I think that Ryu supposedly breaks out of the control. Cool. Oh. This is Chun-Li, Special Inspector of ICPO. Presenting a huge burst of energy. It must be Bison. What's happening down there? Yeah, this is the bad ending of the game. How should I know? Just don't take your eye off that monitor. We've cornered him at last. We won't lose him this time. So this is how Ryu becomes evil Ryu, basically. Is this my true nature? The power is building within. It wants me to destroy everything. The energy Akuma mentioned, Bison, is the answer. Can it be the same? The power of the Dark Hado. I welcome your challenge anytime you so desire a match. Keep that in mind, even when you confront that man. You will be stronger when I see you next, won't you? Would you give me the honor of another match, please? Show me your true power! One more round, let's go, Ryu. Whoa! Why? You have the power. Power that is evil itself, yet you refuse my command. I don't believe it! This is impossible! This is impossible! So Ryu kills Bison. What? It's gone? I believe Shadowloo's secret base has been secured. I don't detect Bison is anywhere inside the base. Let's take this opportunity to find out, shall we? Roger, I'll be back in 2 hours. Now let's move. Time to exterminate these cockroaches. Haha. 2 days later. Are you leaving, Ryu? I owe you more than I could ever repay this time, my friend. Oh, forget about it. I found the new awareness. I thought I was finished. But there are so many things I never thought were possible. The more we study martial arts, the more fearful it becomes. But it's so magnificent in its unlimited vastness. Haha, well, that's you alright, old pal. Ryu, just remember, next time I still owe you. So you basically get Ryu's ending. That's Ryu's ending if you lose with Bison, yeah. So if you win with Bison, Bison takes over Ryu's body. It's kind of like an alternate ending. But if you lose with Bison, you actually get a Ryu's ending. Kind of weird, huh? I forgot about that because I haven't played this game in a million years. I didn't even want to play Bison. I got it by accident. But, okay. So that is Bison and A-ism. But what I want to do is do a run with V-ism to show you the V-ism combos, how broken they are in this game. I'm not great with them. I think I might try like Cody and try some Cody V-ism combos and see how they go. Alright.